Hey, David here with DIY Mountain Bike. I'm going to talk about putting tubes into tubeless tires. Can you put a tube in a tubeless tire? Short answer, yes. But let me show you some tips and tricks for installing that tube, finding a hole in your tube, all that good stuff in this video. Putting a tube in a tubeless tire. Thanks. Okay, let's play with removing this tire. And there's a tube in here, but the tools and techniques for swapping a tube in so I took our dust valve off. I'm going to open our valve up. Now you can hold this guy down, let the air out, or you can get a little tool like this. I think it was like 10 bucks-ish. Stands, no tubes. It's just a little tube. One side is for our Schrader valve core. The other side is for our Presto valve. Slide that over, and now you can only do this for Schrader valve. Some of the cheaper tubes won't have a removable core. Slide it over, half a dozen turns, and you can actually unscrew that valve. Let the air free flow out. Next step, take that locking nut off. So with our air out, our valve core out, now it's time to actually break the wheel loose from the rim. It's pretty important. Just go around the wheel, break that wheel, the tire loose. Get it so you've got a nice gap. And the other side as well. Alright, so with the tire loose, usually across from my valve core, I'm gonna make sure that's loose. Get one of your tire irons, tire wrenches, tire iron, hook it, right? So with our tire wrench in there, get your other tool, start sliding it around. I like these, they've got a nice soft edge, isn't going to cut the tube. Alright. Get to our Presto valve, push that guy down in. Pull it out. That's our tube. So I'm going to air this guy up, put the valve back in it, put some air in this guy. I got to find the leak in it, clean the tube off, and then we'll reinstall. So here's a quick little hack. So I've got a slow leak in this tube. So I aired it up and I marked my hole. Let me see if I can. Maybe you can see it there. I'll try to catch it. You can see I've got some black marker around the hole. So right in the center of that is a small little, looks like a thorn. There's a small little thorn hole. So it's important to get that thorn out of the wheel. So to do that, right? Let me get something to mark this a little bit better. We lay the tube aligning. I align the hole in the Presto valve and I find my mark. So I got it right over here. Here's where my hole is at. So in this area somewhere is probably a small little thorn. So I'm hoping you can see this, but I found the thorn in my tire right there. That little tiny thing. That little tiny thing is what's causing me to have my slow leaks. So I got to make sure I get that out, and we'll put the tire on in a second. Hey, little reminder, if you can, please subscribe. All right, so let's put this back together. Step one. Got my core in. Need to put a little bit of air in my tube. About 2 pumps, all I need. Maybe we'll go 3. Not much, just enough that it's holding some shape. Let's start putting our tire on. I want to get one lip installed. So I got one lip all the way installed. We swing our valve opening to that spot. Drop this guy in. Slide it up and in. At this point, here's the little trick. I take a little bit of talcum powder on my hand. Baby powder will work as well. Slide that around. This will act as a little bit of a lubricant to the tube. Make sure it slides around without a kink or a pinch. Having just a little bit of shape to that tube allows it to go in. Now I start at my valve core. Pop that on. Get the tube in and I let some of the air out. I want to move the tire into the middle of the rim. That'll give me more play. Pop it on. All right, so with my tube in, at this point, I can put my locking bolt on. Screw this guy down. Now let's air it up a little bit. It's important to make sure that the tire is set well in that bead around the perimeter. A lot of times you'll hear that pop, which is signifying it moving in place. I can see a spot there. All right, I'm seeing a nice line around here. Let's flip it over. Nice line around here. Our tire is on with our tube. So I'm gonna put this on my bike, take it out riding tonight. Hey, subscribe, thanks.